What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons to Smile, episode number 4. Now, before we get going, I have two quick announcements. One, please check out the links below, because there's this Pitbull who lives in a New York City shelter who's been there for 7 years trying to find a home, and it would be very appreciated if you could see her story and share it and maybe get her adopted. Number 2, starting next week, due to a schedule conflict on my part, Reasons to Smile moves to Thursdays. Lego. Now, for the first reason to smile, I'm sure you've been seeing this one around the news lately. Well, this week. There was this 8-year-old named Christian Moore headed to his first day of class at a Kansas elementary school when he saw another kid, same age, same class, basically as him, curled up in a ball outside. Now Christian, our hero of the story, didn't hesitate to approach the dude and console him until it was time to, go inside and start classes. And they became friends. Now, a special part about this story is that kid was having a problem with, I think it was sensory things, because he was autistic. And I just think this is a great story of friendship. Now, Christian's mother, Christian being the hero of the story, was so moved by her son's act of kindness towards, at that point, a total stranger. Now they're friends. She snapped the picture and put a little caption in there. And this is what got the story trending. And I just think this is a heartwarming story. Like, you hear all these stories of kids bullying and stuff. I was bullied heavily as a kid. And then you see things like this, that there are good kids in the world. Number 2, the news of the tragic fires in the Amazon have spread like, wildfire after being hidden for weeks due to an ulterior motive, mostly for the beef industry. Well, actor Leonardo DiCaprio has donated $5 million of his personal money to help fight that fire. Now, DiCaprio is a known environmentalist, but I just think it's a very great thing. When you see all these stories of celebrities in the news, like flaunting their money, got a $100,000 gold chain necklace, and you have people like DiCaprio here actually doing good with their celebrity status. And I just think that there was also a lot more, well, not a lot more, but another $1 million that I know of raised to help fight the fire. And they're donating it to local people down there who have better, and helping acquire them resources to actually fight the fire. Now, number 3, a year ago, this might be my favorite on the list, who knows. A year ago, there was this little girl who was a massive Drake fan, and she was needing a heart transplant. She was a sickly little girl, tragic in and of itself, but she had two wishes, guys. So, number 1, in no particular order, was to actually meet Drake, and number 2, again in no particular order of these, was to get a new heart so she could be better. I don't know the medical terminology. Well, while she was waiting for the heart, Drake actually visited her in the hospital. Now, I'm not a Drake fan myself. I don't like his music at all, but I could definitely respect him on this. This is just a heartwarming thing. And then a few days, well, I don't know if it was a few weeks later, there's this video surfacing. It's in the link. It's in the description below. If you don't check out my links, go check them out. There's some really, really stuff that homework for smiles, we'll call it. And there's this video of her talking with somebody, I think her mother, where she was talking about that and how she wanted a heart. And then the person says, "Guess what? You're getting a heart." And her reaction was just priceless. Please go check it out. I'm doing you a favor by sending you to it. With this series going on for about a month now, I think it's obvious I like a few things. Marvel, sick kids getting wishes granted, and professional wrestling. And number 4 has to do with professional wrestling. This one goes out to all the people watching with depression who feel like they can't do anything or they can't do anything special as long as they live. I was one of those person, and on some days I still am. I still have bad days with my depression, but this one proves that you can. One of my favorite professional wrestlers out there, currently working for All Elite Wrestling, or signed to All Elite Wrestling, is a wrestler named Allie. Now, I think she's one of the best in-ring, But Allie, during her teenage years, suffered from serious depression, and she talked about it in a video on her official YouTube channel, also in the link below. I also linked an article with her talking about it. Now, she said she would lay in her bed for days at a time, unmotivated, feeling like she can't do anything type of thing. Now look at her in one of the top wrestling companies in the world performing. And I want everyone to know with serious depression that you can. Yes, you can be something special if you work hard. Number 5, there was this personal trainer who happened to have autism. So guess what he did? He opened up a special needs gym, specifically, obviously, for those with special needs. Now, this is a really, really big deal because you never see things like that. Exercise is a big key to helping with mental health, but it's also usually hard for people with mental illness or special needs to do it because things weren't really made for them. They were made for those on the neurotypical side or those without a special needs disorder like that. And this is huge. If you're curious to where it is, it's down over in Florida. And I really hope this trend continues because we need more people like this. And I can tell this is going to do great. Number 6, a man who donated his kidney to save a complete stranger's life. What was his name? I don't have his last name on my notes in here, but I have his first name. His name was John, and his self-described thing is he wanted to do good during his life. So he comes across a guy's story on social media who needs a new kidney, or you don't want to think about what could happen. And he didn't know who he was at all, and he donated his kidney to him, and that's just amazing. Now, the guy he donated his kidney to, named Michael, returned the favor by paying for his recovery bills. And I wish the world could be more like this. I really do. I'm sure a lot of us have had pets go missing. When I was like 5 or 6, my dog ran away, and that was one of the most heart-jerking moments ever. It sucks. It sucks to lose a pet. Now, this woman lost her cat 11 years ago. You heard me right. 11 years. And just in this past week, she was reunited with him. Because the cat turned up at a shelter not too long ago, and they decided to microchip him. That's right. The cat was microchipped 11 years ago, and they found the owner, and they reunited it. Go check it out for yourself. It's a really, really heartwarming story. Number, what are we at? 8? Yep. Autism. Now, autism and pit bulls are two things that are often shrouded in stereotypes and hurtful stigmas that hurt and get in the way of seeing the true light inside them. This is a story that combines those two things. An autistic boy learns love and compassion through the heart of a pit bull. I'm sharing my note thing. I screenshotted from a thing. 13-year-old Joey was having difficulty meeting new people and making friendships. I can understand that completely because it's still very hard for me to make friendships with my version of autism. And it was getting to him. He was feeling very upset, as the loneliness does. I explained that in another video. But he made a new friend named Roxy, the pit bull. And unlike any of the stupid stereotypes that surround pit bulls, Roxy has been nothing but a sweet girl and has helped guide him out of his shell, basically, and shown him love. And that helped motivate him to start doing things like sport and actually make new friends. My thing for this one, don't judge a pit bull by its cover. Number 9, a baby cow escapes slaughter and runs into the woods in upstate New York and gets raised by a wild deer family. Locals around the town where this happened have named her Bonnie. Now, the story was, she lived on a farm. I believe she was about 4 months old when she ran away. And the owner died, and they were going to sell her and her herd off to unfortunate slaughter. And at the last second, she decided to make a break for it and ran into the nearby woods. Now, a lot of people presume she was dead, but no, she actually survived. And this is where the story gets great. She was actually adopted by a wild deer family who helped her survive, because this was over in, I believe, in the winter. And remember, things don't last swimmingly in the winter that aren't prepared for it, especially up in northern United States. And she survived, and they rescued her from that, and unfortunately had to separate her from her family and brought her to a deer sanctuary. Not a deer sanctuary, sorry. A farm animal sanctuary where she can live out the rest of her days. Number 10 is a tie between the new Green Autism project I have coming up. I am so excited to share the details, guys. And number 10's tie, I had a brain fart for a sec, excuse me, is you. It's always you, because you need to realize how special and how wonderful you are. Thank you. Remember, next Thursday, Green Autism is moving to... I'm not editing this, by the way. You have to deal with this. Next week, Green Autism, Reasons to Smile, moves to Thursday. Thank you!